Thank you for coming, and congratulations on winning the Philanthropic Scribe Grant.
Thank you.
Were you surprised?
Oh, I was a little nervous once I turned it in, and
So tell us about the race, and was there any inspiration? Was there an inspiration point in your own experience?
well, it's actually kind of funny because I got home from a year at school. It wasn't really like a good year for me, and my mom just told me, just you gotta sit down and think, and just I want you to sit down and write, and just write about like what's going on and like what you need to do to just kind of change it. And I was like, well, I don't really want to write it about me, so I kind of just, I don't know what happened. I just like, I'm just gonna write about this race and this like journey that this person's going on, which is basically me, but it could be anybody else. And so it just took off, and I couldn't stop. So I just kept writing and writing, and then finally finished. So.
Well, it was very enjoyable, and I really appreciated the metaphor, and it was actually a very inspirational story for me.
Appreciate it.
So very well done. So, Karston, what do you enjoy most about writing?
I think I enjoy the most about I don't know, just being able to picture it in your head and just put it on words, like putting everything on words and paper, and making sure that the people that are reading it can see what I'm thinking and what I've created in my mind, and just making sure that they can get the full effect of, what I thought about, so, or what's in the story.
A lot of authors talk about being able to go places and do things in their mind and actually be there. And a sign of a good writer is being able to take us there with you. You did a really nice job on the race. You kind of just took me on your journey and got me motivated. So it was very, very nice. So about the short story, what do you enjoy about the short story form?
It's short. And you have to pack so much into, say, like 10 or 12 pages, or how long the rules are for a short story. But you have to pack in so much, and I feel like for me, like I've always, when I'm like creating stories, it's always in like a novel type form, and I'm like, wait, that's too long. I gotta cut this down. Like, what's the most important thing that you want to put into this short story that people can read from page 1 to the end? And I think that's what I enjoy the most, is that you can pack so much in with it being so short, and it kind of makes the reader want to read more, and it actually gives you an opportunity to write like a series or something like that, like a short story series. And I just enjoy it out of all the other type of stories you can, like formats you can, write.
How has your experience at Words for Charity affected your focus as a writer?
Man, before I was just writing for me, and when I heard about Words for Charity, and I was like, man, like this is an amazing thing. Like, people can actually read my stories and then also be able to donate to charity and for people who actually need it. Because in the end, like, before I thought it was about me, but it's kind of not. It's just about being able to inspire others, and I get to inspire two different sets of people who are reading the story, and then people who donated, and that person, is one more step away of like whatever. You guys have so many different charities, and it's awesome. Like whatever that they need, you know what I mean? Like if it was for like Alzheimer's or something like that, or just more money towards, finding the cure or something. So I think it's just great, and I want to try to continue to write for Words of Charity and have people be able to like that's an outlet for me to put my stories in, and then also another outlet that, hey, I can contribute to charity as well, just through my stories.
Very nice. So is this the first time you've been published?
Yes, this is the first time.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Very nice. And how does that feel?
It feels great. It feels great. I want to write more. I want to try to publish more and just see where all that goes.
So how has your experience with Words for Charity affected you as a person, on a personal level?
I'm always thinking about others. I'm always just seeing how can I help with anything, if it's with a charity or if it's with like people who are in need or something like that. Like how can I contribute? If it's just with me, just being a presence to them and being there, and maybe something off of like in me can like change their life or something like that, or if I can be an inspiration. And I don't think I've ever thought, I've thought that way before, but like now it's more of a priority. And I wake up and I'm like, well, how can I inspire someone's day, or how can I, be a better person each day?
So Karston, what charity did you choose and why?
I chose Publish for Charity. And I chose that because it helps continue the grant program, and I think this is a great program. It's an opportunity for writers like me or anyone else to be able to publish their writing and not only have this for a great cause, but to also be able to get themselves started as a published writer and be able to say, hey, I published. I'm a published writer for Words for Charity, and when anyone looks into Words for Charity, they can see, oh, this is also for donations for other charities as well. So I wanted to be able to make sure that this is a continuing thing. In order for the other charities to be funded and stuff, the umbrella has to be held strong. So I was like, I want to donate to the umbrella. I want to make sure that this keeps going and that this is here for a very, very long time.
So have you shared your story through social media?
Yes, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, text messages, emails. I love that story. That's probably one of my first. That was my first short story I ever written, and I just wanted to make sure that everyone was able to read it. But I didn't want people to think, well, the only reason why I'm doing this is because I want you to read my story. Like, I wanted to make sure that the cause was out there first, and my story was the connection for you to make the cause. And for the donation, you get a story from me. So I wanted to get that out that way. And I found it a little bit difficult. I was a little bit nervous at first, but after a few posts and everything, that kind of just went all out the window. And I was like, hey, if it gets to someone, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So after that, I was comfortable with it, and I wanted to continue to share it. And I shared it on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook a few times. So,
do you have any advice for young writers that are just beginning or ones that are struggling to finish a story?
Well, I'm struggling to finish the story right now. I guess an advice that I'm taking myself is just to make sure, even if you're stuck and you step away from it, just make sure you always have that passion for whatever you're writing. Make sure you're always in that. I guess most authors, when I'm writing, I kind of get into this world, like my own little world, and of what I want to create. Just a little tidbit on the story that I'm writing is it's back in the 40s in New Orleans, and so I have to get in this mindset where I'm in the 40s in New Orleans, so there's like jazz playing. I hear trumpets, and you just have to make sure you stay in that like world. And even if you stop writing for weeks or days at a time, just make sure that you stay there. That whenever you're saying, okay, hey, I want to pick up the pen again, or hey, I want to get back on the laptop again and write, you can always pick up where you left off. Because there's been times where I've stopped and then came back and I'm like, whoa, like, what was I writing? I couldn't make the connection to finish the story. So you always have to just stay in that world, just be able to make that connection and be able to continue to write.
So Karston, on a personal level, tell us about Karston Anderson.
Well, I am a senior at Illinois State, I will be graduating with a degree in university studies. It's concentration in English and kinesiology. You take half of those concentrations and you combine them into one. So I want to be a social worker or work with students, and then also coach track and field. I'm an athlete myself. I still compete, which is why the race. I am a TA at Normal Community. I work in the SSP program. It's a group of students there, amazing students, range from special ed to behavioral students. And they're just amazing. They're funny, and sometimes they have bad days, but I see so much good in all of them. Love them to death. And it's only been like a few months, but I'm enjoying it. I really am enjoying it. And this semester I finally am able to teach a class. So I'm teaching an English class right now. So that's pretty cool. It's new to me. And we're getting through each day, making sure that they're learning still and being able to, whatever they learn, and the main goal is for them to graduate and go to college. I'm always talking to them about college. I'm in college, so they're always asking questions about it. And so I try to make it as interesting as possible so that they can be excited about it, whatever they go, whether it's community college or if they go off somewhere. But I want to try to make that as exciting as possible to them, so they have some type of motivation to finish out high school.
So what's next for Karston?
Graduation.
Okay.
That is the main thing. And then after, I have no idea. So many things I want to do. I want to coach somewhere. I want to be able to work either in a high school setting or college with social working or like a guidance counselor. So that probably mean grad school. So grad school is another thing. Just so many avenues. But right now I'm just enjoying what's in front of me, and whatever avenue comes before me, that will be what's next, and it'll be a good decision. So
nice. So on this journey, will you continue to write?
Yes, I will always write. I don't think I can stop writing. As much as I tried, I've stopped writing for about a year, and then I just picked up and continued. I think it's definitely a part of me, and it's definitely something that I want to be a part of me and I want to keep. And so, yeah, I don't think I'll ever stop writing.
Well, that's good news to me. So can Words for Charity expect some new short stories from Karston in the future?
Yes, they will. They definitely will. I tried to get one in the August one, but the deadline passed and I wasn't finished with my story yet. So hopefully the next time it will be done.